Annyeonghaseyo everyone, my name is Lee and welcome to Fight Style. On today's episode, we're going to look at a video game vixen from the 90s, Lara Croft.
Oh yes, Lara Croft? Oh wait, no, not this one. No. There we go. 1990s Lara. So, for those of you who do not know who Lara Croft is, basically she's a female Indiana Jones. But if you want to know her story, it goes like this. There once was a man, most likely a rich man, named Lord Henry. Look, that word's hard to say. Lord H. Croft. I've been trying for a long time to say that name right. He had a daughter named Lara. Like, I kid you not, I've been trying for like 30 minutes. It's a tongue twister for me. She was born to be an aristocrat. Lara Croft, being the brilliant British woman that she is, she finishing school at the age of 21. One day after her ski trip in Cool Mountain. What? It's not Cool Mountain? Like, really? Oh. Well, her plane crashed deep in the Himalayas. She used her wits to keep her alive for 2 weeks. After these 2 weeks of living out in the world, she realized she didn't like her life, living out with other people. She hated the rich British life. Or she just couldn't handle it, so she went goth mode on everyone. So, after school, did she take a martial art? No. Does she go off and train somewhere? Not really training in any kind of martial art at all. And remember, I'm only looking at the 1990s Lara Croft. I'm not looking at the new ones. The new ones have to wait. So let's turn to the gameplay for some answers on this one. In the beginning, there was a big bang. Yeah. And then a lot of mysterious things happened afterwards. Now we have homeboy Jim over here hitting on Lara like she doesn't notice.
What's a man gotta do to get that kind of attention from you?
It's hard to say exactly, but you seem to be doing fine.
Well, great. Though truth is, it ain't me that wants you.
Oh?
No, Miss Jacqueline Nadler does.
Did he just shake off the fact that she was going along with his advances? What a puss.
Seal it, Larson.
Ma'am.
Damn. Can you see him? And did he just back off like, oh, I'm sorry? Puss.
Feast your eyes on this, Lara. How does that make your wallet rumble?
I'm sorry. I only play for sport.
Falling money, huh? Okay, we're done. Blah, blah, blah. Adventure, she smiles, start game. I'm not going to talk about the first one. I'm going to talk about the second game, because the second one is the first one I actually played, and I think it's the most fun. Okay, let's speed through this intro this time. This intro just makes me think of Dynasty Warriors fused with Skyrim in a way. Anyway, here we go. Everyone runs in the battle. Rain of arrows. Guy gets hit with said arrow. Arrow to the knee. Told you. Dragon chameleon thing. Fire. The dragon's weakness in plain sight. More fire. Dragon dagger thing with ominous underground. Dragon purple power. Start game. Yeah! Now we have her at her lovely house, in front of her obstacle course. Now, the controls of this game is amazingly hard to get used to, but when you get used to the movements, it's very fluid. She is very limber and flexible. Like, really. She can also tumble like crazy, like she was in gymnastics as a kid. But there are a few things about her home that I want to point out to you guys. 1. Does this man in the house know jujitsu? Because he had me in a pistol grip from hell. I couldn't get out of it. I started to feel like, you know, when you're playing a game and you get stuck and then you start getting a little mini panic attack in your head because you can't get out of it and you think you have to reset the game. Oh, okay, I'm out. 2, is this woman somehow handicapped? Because all the doors in her house have this little button to open the door. I think she might have some kind of medical problem because she can't press these damn buttons without being exactly in front of them. Button. Nope. Still can't. Can't use left hand or anything. Clicky. Door. And don't try to tell me it's for the old man, because that old man can get around. No matter where you are in the house, he will find you. By the way, to get rid of this man, you have to treat him like he's a horror movie villain. Is her handstand useful? 3. I remember how to dive. Which brings me to this.
If you think this is one of those games where the protagonist can't die in their own house, you're wrong.
After playing for a while, I did find out something. What if Lara Croft actually does have a martial art? And it has something to do with her obstacle course to help her advance that. I believe Lara Croft's martial art is parkour, or free running. For any of my audience members who do not know, parkour or free running is getting from point A to point B as fast as possible using just your body. This can consist of jumping over cars. You've seen in movies where someone does some cool stuff, some acrobatic stuff over buildings, like Spider-Man, pretty much being Spider-Man. So yes, parkour. I have heard and seen people explain on forums and websites, and even downtown where I used to parkour, that parkour is a martial art. But I didn't like how people were explaining it, so I had to break it down for myself. So here's our question. Is parkour a martial art? First, let's define the word martial art. The word martial art means any one of several forms of fighting and self-defense. A second definition can be any of the traditional forms of Oriental self-defense or combat that utilizes physical skill and coordination without weapons. Okay, let's get a few key words from this. 1. Fighting. The definition for fighting is display or engaging in violence, combat, or aggression. Parkour? No, parkour doesn't engage at all in violence or aggression. Only aggression to themselves if they miss a jump. Another key word I want to look at is the word combat. Combat means take action to reduce, destroy, or prevent something undesirable. Parkour? No, only to prevent something from happening. So close to that aspect. Last key word that pretty much seals the deal for me. Self-defense. The word all martial arts schools and instructors focus on. To define self-defense is like this. The defense of one's person or interest, especially through the use of physical force. Physical force. Physical force. I'm sorry, parkour, but as much as I really hate to say it, but you're not a martial art. You're not the martial art of running.
Okay, so what now? Okay, Laura, you beat me. You beat me this time. You beat me this time, but you have other games out there that I can look at and find out your martial art. For now, you win. Later. So what can Lara Croft do that I want? It's not parkour. I can pretty much already do that. What could I want? There's nothing Lara Croft can do that I could possibly want. Maybe I can have the ability to... I'm sorry, what? Can you run that by me one more time, Laura? Really? Okay. I want that. The ability to take great damage and just go. So what would you do with that ability? To just take damage and go. It kills me!
If I had this ability, I would probably try to freak people out. In a way where I would walk through fire. And as I'm walking through, I go, And people would ask me, did that hurt? And my reply would be, no, I walk through the fire and flames every day.
Okay, everyone, that's my take on Lara Croft for now. The first take. Next time, I'm figuring out her martial arts. But as for now, see you later, everyone.